What's up, guys? Let me just test this thing out, make sure the volumes are good. All right. I went live, but I don't know. There's a bit of a delay on the other phone. Let's see. Okay, there we go. I went live, but I don't know. There's a bit of a delay. All right, we're good. We are good. Let me stop this now. Tim Mitchell, how you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in, my brother. I thought I had some boogers in my nose. I guess not. Welcome in, Tim. Who else we got in here? C Death, how you doing, my brother? How you doing, man? Big up yourself. Winstone Chronicles is also in the building. How you doing, Win? Big up yourself. You big bully. I don't know why you're always bullying me. You bully me on Auntie. You bully me on everybody's side I go to. You always got to be the king. You always got to be the big brother. Why don't you be a small brother for once and just allow me? See that, big up yourself. See you, sir. Thank you, man. Bless up, guys. Thanks for coming in. You already know what this topic is about today, guys. This one is a bit of a touchy subject, and I do got to give a disclaimer, guys. Honestly, I don't want nobody to get in their feelings or anything because, death in the family is always a hard one to deal with, and I just want to make sure that you guys are aware of what the topic is and what the topic is about. And clearly, it's when families fall apart, guys. You know when you get the beneficiary claims, and then family members start fighting amongst each other. They completely turn on each other for whatever reason because they want certain assets. Brothers fighting brothers, sisters fighting sisters, sisters fighting brothers. Aunties are coming in fighting the sons and the kids for property and claims. So it is got to give that disclaimer that it is pretty harsh, right? And, death is not always the easiest thing to deal with in a family, but it's even harder when it's being torn apart by assets and all these kind of things. You understand? Yeah, it's a tough subject, and I just want to make sure everybody's aligned to understand what we're dealing with on this live. And if anybody has any issues or feel any ways, please just sit back and listen. If you don't want to interact, I get it. Let's hear it. Grieving is very difficult. Absolutely. Trini, big up yourself. Welcome in as well. So this topic hit me the other day because I was in a conversation with somebody, and they were telling me a story of how, the mother and the auntie was fighting each other over assets from somebody who had passed, the matriarch that passed in their family. Chef City, big up, welcome in. And as soon as he died, they were fighting for property, but he didn't leave them any of the property. He left it for somebody completely different. So they had put together lawyers to try to go after the person that was in charge, the executor. And, up to this day, it's been a fight. And they told me it's been almost 3 years they've been fighting for this guy's assets, family member. So that's kind of wild. I thought to myself the other day, man, that's a serious topic. I don't know if I'd be able to handle that because I've never actually witnessed that myself. And I'm curious to know if anybody else in here has ever witnessed that or ever been a part of it or, I don't want you to call any names. I don't want you to even make it sound like your family. Just say this third party or that third party. I would love to hear more about it. I'm curious to know how deep does this thing go, right? The other day I mentioned to somebody that, his story was he worked in I'm going to try to keep names out of it. I'm going to try to make it not even the same person. Winstone says it happens all the time. So this person works in a caregiver home, right? And this caregiver fell in love with this person that was taking care of them. I have no problem giving you details, says Timmy. Timmy, I would love to hear from you before I even carry on, if that's the case. But the link is there on my community page, guys. You can just press the button. You don't have to show your face. You can just come up. We'll just talk about it, right? I know someone going through that right now. Okay, so then Trini, you could relate. So basically, this person worked in a home, right, taking care of elderly. The elder person that this person was taking care of fell in love with them. Like, I don't mean love is in love, just fell in love the fact that they're always there when they called. They're always changing them. They're always talking to them. And they built a relationship over time. I haven't spoke to my sister in 20 years because of that stuff. That is wild. Some of my family had land back in Croatia. It's worth money OFC, big family, and lots of arguments as a result. Oh my God, that's wild. That's wild. So, like I'm saying, guys, this person that he was taking care of fell in love with him because he was always there, took care of him, spoke to him, had conversations with him. That person also divulged a lot of their life because their kids had just left them in the home and they haven't come to visit in a long time. And he was there all the time while these kids were out on the street doing whatever they're doing, right? Growing their families as well, and just completely forgot about him sitting in that home rotting away. And you can only imagine sitting in a place like that where you get served a certain type of food, you get treated a certain type of way. You feel like you don't exist anymore. But at the same time, you're the one that gave life to these children of yours. You sacrificed everything to make them happy, to make them reach their goals. And now, once a man, twice a child, right? Right? You understand that term, right? Once a man, twice a child. Now you're sitting in this home and there's nobody around to talk to you. Nobody wants to say anything to you. So, incoming, here comes the guy that's taking care of him while he's in the home. And he's doing everything possible to keep this young man or this man happy and, talking to him, having real conversations. Things are being said. Real stuff is being said from this person that's in the home for what he could remember. And they built a strong relationship. Sure enough, this person passed away, right? And all his assets, everything that he owned, everything he was a part of, worth a couple $100,000 worth of stuff. Not much, but it's still something. He put it all under this person's name. And he's just a worker that works there. I'm not sure how legal that is. I'm not sure if you have to sign some kind of contract when you work as a caregiver that you're not allowed to take anything from any of these people because they're not in their right frame of mind. And I'm pretty sure that's what the lawyers are probably saying too, right? There must be some kind of fight why the family didn't get what they wanted to get from this person's passing, right? No, it's not. It's not legal. Okay, says Chef City. What do you mean by it's not legal? It means that they're not allowed to get anything, correct? This is a real touchy subject, and I'm not even sure how to approach it. That's why I'm going to ask a lot of questions myself because I've never been hit with this. Hi, Miss TT, says Timmy. I work in a senior living home. So how does it work, Civi? I'm curious to know because, like I said, this topic is out of my zone, but I have to touch base with it because I'm very curious about it myself. And the link is there if you guys do want to come up and talk about it. I'll explain it when I get on the panel. Okay, that would be great. That would be great, Sibi. Miss Titi is hailing up Win. Miss Gay, welcome in the building. Happy Easter to everyone. Oh shoot, you know what? I forgot to say that. Sorry, guys. I'm always your boy's a little loopy in the head. Happy Easter, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome into Red's Radio, Red's Room TV. Bless you, bless everybody that's in here. Hope you guys had a wonderful morning, wonderful night, depending where you are. Hope you guys have nice meals to start off your day, a nice little sippy, whatever it is, just enjoy. So here we got Munchie Mafia coming up, guys. First time on the channel. I would really like you guys to listen in, and let's see where it goes. How you doing, my friend?
Oh, doing okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly clear. How's your day starting off?
Oh, well, I've been home for a month. I have to go back to work on Monday, so I'm having a load of fun with that. I work in senior living, and I've worked in senior living for quite a while.
Well, first of all, let everybody know who you are so
Oh,
that everybody.
hi. I look like a total mess. I'm sorry.
Don't
I've
worry
been
about
home
don't
for a
worry about
month
that.
with
Don't
a
worry about it.
shoulder injury. I'm Chef Civi from the Munchie Mafia.
Yep.
Um, and I'm the director of culinary services for senior living, and I've been working for senior living for quite a while, off and on. There was a time I was there through COVID, and then got burned out and decided, oh, let's go check out working in a jail. And now I'm back in senior living again.
Okay.
That is actually not legal. We go through extensive training when we take on any kind of position in senior living,
Yes.
and it's you're not even allowed to accept tips. You're not allowed to accept
Yeah.
gifts. There's
Yes.
actually um, there's actually rules that are heavily enforced that you cannot become an executor of an estate
Yes.
uh, upon residents passing. You can actually lose your licensing, um, and it's not legally binding. It's not legally binding.
So that's why these lawyers are pushing to fight for that stuff because they know it's not legally binding. And the
Exactly.
person that did that will and made that will to them had no idea that that's not legal, right?
Right.
So that's kind of wild though, right? Because here's the guy spilling his guts out to this stranger that's taking care of him, but this stranger doesn't knows already that there's nothing he can do to get this, so he can't accept this gift that has been given to him, and the family's fighting for it, knowing that they can possibly win this because it's not legal. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. It's not legal. He's not
Wow.
even allowed to even take that. So the family can um, go after that and have that will null and void. Um,
What
and
kind
then
of fight do you think they're facing? Like a couple of years at least, or not
at
even that
least,
long?
at the very least, probably about 2 3 years. It's going to take that
Wow.
long, just because then what's going to happen is they're going to end up going to court to
She's in the
get
U.S. See that? She's in the U.S.
rights. I'm in the U.S. as well, so I don't know what part of the U.S. that person is in, but what's going to happen is it's going to have to go to court, and somebody is going to have to be assigned.
In Canada.
Right, but the person is in the United States, Timmy.
Yeah.
Um, so a new executor is going to have to be assigned by the court.
Who's that? Timmy in the back?
Yeah, that's Timmy in the back.
Timmy, pick up yourself.
He's listening on his other
Okay, all right, go
on his
ahead.
device.
Assigned.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so um, and then everything else is going to have.
We see your hand, Timmy. Okay, we saw it. And everything else is
Obviously.
going to go do what? Go ahead, Timmy.
Then everything is going to have to be divvied out, and the family may not like what's going to happen with that, because also at the same time, because of that, because it's a court appointed executor, that
Yes.
person is able to withdraw funds from the estate for payment.
Okay, so you see what Winstone just wrote there, right?
Um,
Are you able to see the chats? Yes, it's
yeah,
generally legal for a caregiver to receive an inheritance, but it's highly scrutinized and often presumed to be a result of undue influence or fraud.
yeah, and when you go to work for a company that handles senior living, it is said, no, you can't do that. You cannot accept that.
Yes.
And you could be terminated, you could lose your licenses, and so on and so forth because of that reason, because it opens the company up for lawsuit.
And the people aren't in their right frame of mind when they're making these decisions, right?
Right, exactly. Especially if it's a large sum of money and the family does not have any money, um, then everybody's going to be like, just trying to, find out who's gonna give them a paycheck in the end.
Yeah.
Um,
Winstone says to be valid, the transfer must be intentional. The donor must have sound mental capacity and is often requires a certificate of independent review to prevent challenges from other hires or hears or however you pronounce that.
Heirs, yeah,
Yeah.
which is true. But in some states, it's not allowed, because, for one, when you're put into a senior community for whatever reason, let's say it's Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's,
Yes.
MS, whatever. Um, there's always that challenge: are they of sound mind when they made this decision?
That's pretty crazy. But so, okay, let's surpass all that. Okay, so now we know that it's not legal in some states and most states, I'm assuming. So say you do beat the case, they do get the money now, and now the fight starts with the family because now it's about who gets what in that family. Have you ever had to witness anything like that? The brothers fighting for the sisters fighting for the mother's property, and so on and so on. But remember, nothing was left to anybody specific. So you're saying it gets divvied up equally, but what if somebody wants to fight for it, saying, listen, well, I'm the best brother. I took care of him the whole time he was sick. None of you guys were around when I was taking care of him. Does he have a fight? Do you think that I know this is not legal advice or anything like that, so we want to make that very clear. This is just opinions and questions that we're asking out of curiosity, right? What do you
Right.
think?
Okay, this is just an opinion, and this is based on my own personal experiences with two estates. Um,
Yes.
okay, this is my personal experience, not advice.
Bigfoot, big
Is
up.
I ended up losing my condo um, during one of the estates because my father purchased it, but because he knew he was dying, and
Oh, so you're a direct hit from this. You're a direct.
direct hit from
Oh
it.
my gosh.
And because I was in the middle of a divorce at the time, he left it in his name, and it was widely known that that was going to be my contribution from his estate, that
Yes.
that would be mine. And so his his wife, my stepmother, um, basically sold it out from underneath me
And I don't
after
want to
he
ask too
died.
much questions, and I don't want to make you get emotional about this. So, because she's your stepmother, that's his wife, right?
Hmm.
And
Yep.
you're a stepdaughter. So, how does this work? Is it go down the line from the husband to the wife first, and then
Yeah.
anything after that?
Yep. Um, yep. Pretty much. That's how it was in his will. Was that? But the thing of it is that that property was supposed to have been transferred over to me after my divorce was finalized. Um, but he died before that happened.
Oh my gosh.
So,
So, if
um,
he was alive at the time, he would have been able to make that thing before she got a hold of it.
he would have been able to do the transfer of property, but
Yes. Yeah.
because of that, and that was going to be the only thing that I was going to receive from his will, so or from his estate after he passed. But because he died before the transfer, I ended up losing my condo.
Because you
And
used whatever money to pay the lawyers to try to fight for your assets, right?
no, because she took possession of it.
Oh, but you didn't have to hire lawyers to fight for that, like, or you couldn't do anything about.
I didn't
Didn't
have money
stand a
for that.
chance.
You
You
know,
didn't have a chance.
right? Because a single mom, where am I going to get the money for that when
Yeah.
she's got access to all of the assets now?
Yes. Yes.
And she could drag it out in court for years. And I just said, you know what? Okay,
Oh.
fine, take it, just take it. I don't care. It's
Oh my God. This is so
um
devastating, Sibi. That's devastating.
oh, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more.
There's more. So 12 years later, she passes.
Ouch.
I was named the executrix of the estate because that's how it was stipulated in my father's will, because it was and it carried over because
Yes.
she didn't have it changed at all. I've got a stepbrother who um, is considerably older than me and not of sound mind. He has serious issues, can't
Okay.
take care of himself, lived as her personal lapdog for all of his life. He was basically the epitome of the basement dwelling little troll that lived in mommy's basement all of his life.
So he never worked for anything. He's only been given things. Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah, I know those type.
exactly. But yet I was the black sheep of the family. Go figure. So that became a challenge because then I had to put him. I was like, I can't take care of this person. I'm not taking care of this person for the rest of my life. I'm not doing it, or for the rest of his life,
Timmy
whichever
says
comes first.
and has the IQ of a partially thawed fish stick.
Exactly. So I did what I felt was right in that situation, and
Yes.
I handed him over to the state and said he needs a guardian. Um,
Yeah.
he needs to be placed in a group home or something that can handle his psychiatric issues.
Yes.
And
Let's just stay for
um,
him.
and so he went through a competency hearing, which then caused my aunt to go absolutely freaking ballistic on me, and or her sister.
Yes. Hi, Miss
To
G.
go
Welcome in.
completely, my aunt. But anyway, so that caused her to go absolutely freaking ballistic, and she's like wanting to sue me for the access to the estate. Now, keep in mind that this woman who married is my father was 6 months older than her father. Okay, she was looking at him as a fat paycheck that probably wouldn't live for very long, and didn't realize that he was going to live to be 93 years of age. This was back in 2002 when he
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
So she was looking at a big fat paycheck from my dad and figured that she would never have to worry about anything for the rest of her life. and that basically was it. He took care of everything for the rest of her life. And
Wow.
um, so she grew up in a one-bedroom home with dirt floors in West Virginia with six siblings. They all shared a bed. Very poor living
So she
conditions.
saw opportunity. She saw opportunity and jumped on it.
So the younger sister had decided that she wanted a bit of that,
Hmm.
and so she decided that she was going to sue me for to have me removed as the executrix of the estate.
So they can have you removed, not even
She
without a
tried. She
fight.
tried. She
Oh,
tried.
okay,
She tried. Okay,
okay.
mind you, she does not have a lot of money. She's not gonna bully me around. It's like, you know
Okay.
what? I'm not gonna deal with this nonsense. And so then all of a
And this is
sudden
your
it's like,
second time. This is your
yeah, this
second
is
time go through it.
this is the second time. Okay, so
Wow.
the first time was, I don't even want to go into that because it's like, I love my father.
Yeah.
My father was my whole life. He raised me,
Yes.
and but anyway, so back to this evil stepmother. I mean, she was like the Joan Crawford of West Virginia. Okay, um, hated my guts, did not want me around, and um, so the sister decides that she's going to try to fight me for the estate, and I became the villain of the whole family because I was putting my brother into, or my stepbrother into
Into
a
a
little
home.
community
Yeah.
where he belonged. He needed to be in lockdown because the
Least of.
man was abusive. He did a lot of things to me when I was a child that I'm not going to go into because that's
Yes.
trauma.
Yeah.
I don't want to
Yeah.
traumatize anybody by
And this is exactly why we did a disclaimer, because at some point it could affect people differently on here.
right, exactly. So I'm not going to go into that. But so she started giving me a bunch of crap about the fact that I was putting him into state care where he belonged. And so I said, okay, well, fine. What I'll do is I'll buy a one-way plane ticket and I'll send him to your house.
Okay.
Oh no, you're not doing that. I said, well, then don't tell me how to handle a situation that needed to be handled decades ago. He needed to be put into a therapeutic group home where he could be taken, where he could learn skills to be able to take care of himself and get his mental health issues in check so that he could be possibly, to some capacity, a person that could,
Can live in
take care of,
society and
to,
survive in society.
to live independently or at least reasonably so, right?
Oh, she's frozen, guys. Okay.
What?
Oh, you're good now.
Oh,
You're good.
okay. So that was rough. That was the I so
Just take a breath. Take a breath. I know this can't be easy. This is not something that anybody can speak about without flaring up some kind of emotion. Understand? Drink some water or something,
yeah, I
and
got
let's
coffee
talk
here.
about it. Yeah, coffee, yes.
Yeah, and well, Dad, I got a brain injury, so sometimes my thoughts are kind of fractured. Um,
Okay.
so um,
Yes.
anyway, so it came time to clean out the house, and I couldn't. I had to get rid of a whole bunch of things. Um, I had to bring in dumpsters in order to clean up the house, and it became a hoarding situation that
Okay.
I just could not get it under control with him still waiting for his waiting for his court date to get placed, and I couldn't evict him or anything like that. What? What are you hawing
That's
about?
way beyond hoarding.
Oh yeah, it was way beyond hoarding. I got thousands of pictures of it because I had to document everything.
So it clearly was. Was he diagnosed as somebody that had a mental issue, or is this an assumption that we're making based on how he's living?
No, he was diagnosed with mental health issues.
Okay.
Um, and a little bit on the spectrum and so on and so forth. And so anyway, I couldn't evict him, so I had to clean up around him until we could get him placed somewhere because this takes a long time. It takes a year to get him placed. And the house was full of black mold. The house was full
Oh
of
my God.
rodents.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I can't even describe.
Well,
I'd have to
I
show you.
kind of have an idea what you're talking about. Some of those shows that we see on TV, the Hoarding show, and
Uh
I've seen
huh.
some pretty bad stuff on there, like unbelievable stuff. And you're saying this was in real life. You had to witness it yourself
This was in real life.
with
Let me
your
see if I can.
brother.
Yeah. Well, here
Wow.
I got my tablet here. But anyway, so I had to clean up around him, and he, mind you, violent. Okay. So anytime I would throw things away, he would go back.
Yes. We're having a bit of problem. She's a bit frozen. Well, welcome in, Rhonda. Don't worry. You're back. You're back. You're good.
Oh, okay. So every time I would take stuff out of the house, he would cut the lock off the dumpster and bring it back in the house.
Yes. Because of his
And
hoarding.
this was happening. I mean, this was garbage, literal garbage, garbage like as in, decaying food waste, broken
Wow.
items, you know, and it's like it was just absolutely ridiculous. It was absolutely freaking ridiculous.
I know this can't be easy for you to talk about, Civi, but at any given time, if you need to grab a tea or a water or you drink some more coffee, feel free to do so. Inhale, just lay back and then continue. But at any given time, you feel like you need to stop, just let us know. We can talk to the people in the chat so you can gather your thoughts because I know this can't be easy in any sense of the word.
Well, to give you an idea, here's some of the pictures.
Yeah, no, I can see it. I can see it.
Um, this was that's I think
Living
that's
room, kitchen,
no,
maybe.
that's no, that's the basement. That's the fourth bedroom. That's the basement bedroom.
Yes.
So, um, what happened was she started collecting toys, and this is the stairs to the basement.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
that's after cleaning off the stairs to get to the stairs. Okay,
No way.
That's also after two 40-yard dumpsters.
two 40-yard dumpsters just to clean
Two
the
40
stairway.
yard dumpsters.
Yes,
You
it was
guys know how
stacked
much
all the way.
material that is?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It was it was ridiculous, and
That is wild.
oh
JC
yeah,
Calamity, welcome in as well. Rhonda, big up yourself. Wow.
it was
Chef CB.
disgusting.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're
Um,
back.
so he's bringing the stuff back in the house. Okay,
Yes.
this is one of the doorways to one of the bedrooms, my father's bedroom.
Is that after cleaning or before cleaning?
That was after cleaning up the hallway to get to that bedroom.
Oh
Okay,
my
but
God.
that's the entrance to the bedroom. Okay, and mind you, Timmy had rotator cuff surgery, so he couldn't even help me with this. I had to actually get my former husband to come over and help me, and thankfully,
No way.
and
No
so we
way.
kind of trauma bonded over this, and rekindled our friendship. Um,
One second,
so
one second, Civi. So JC Calamity says if a home has electricity and the running water, most states uh, will not condemn a home. Is that what she's saying?
yes,
There can be mold and holes in the wall and roof. That's wild.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the only way that if if you have your if the let's say you don't pay your water bill
Yes.
and your electricity bill, if your water bill and electricity bill have been shut off, and the county decides that they absolutely hate you because they've sent cops to your house a whole lot of times, they can actually have your house condemned.
My gosh. Miss Gay is saying that's a lot. That's just like what I shower in a video cleaning up place to rebuild. Irish Jimmy's in the building too. Hi, Irish Jimmy. Sivi, you want to say hi to some of these people because some of them are from your community as well.
Oh, hi. Yeah,
Feel free to touch base with anybody.
Yeah, my chat's not scrolling, so it's hard to
Okay.
say.
All right.
Uh,
So
Hello, everybody. Hello, Trini. Hello, Jane. Hello, C Death. Hello. Aloha. Miski. Hi. Um, let's see here. So anyhow, so it took months to get him. So he was given a guardian ad litem, and so the guardian ad litem would not. The only thing that they could do is wait until a permanent guardian was established by the court. So finally, we got one of those. But then what happened from there was she had to try to find placement for him, and he had to go through another what's the word? He had to go through another bunch of tests to determine, what kind of place he could go to.
Yes.
So I'm still cleaning up after him, and then finally it's like, I actually had to have one of my friends who was actually homeless and living out of her car. So I was actually able to help her by having her park in the driveway to be security for that dumpster. And I was paying her $20 an hour to do that, and she had a safe place to park and everything else. And so and then she also helped clean up this property as well.
Chef, have a drink, Chef, because this is not. I can tell this is not easy for you to do, but I do appreciate you coming up. I do. This is absolutely incredible.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So finally, they find a placement for him because he ended up going to the hospital for was it pneumonia or a heart attack? What did he end up going to the hospital for? He ended up being hospitalized.
Heart.
Yeah, it was a heart attack.
Okay, JC Calamity says we had to force our parents out of their house. It took us 2 years, but we finally did it. Our dad was very stubborn. Sorry, I just read it while you were frozen, just to make sure we keep the chat going. Go ahead, Sivi, you're back.
Oh, okay. So he ended up going into the hospital because he had a minor heart attack. And that was like divine intervention. At that point, I could then change the locks and bar him from coming back, and basically told the guardian that he can't come back to this house. I've taken possession of the house. And so they had to keep him in the hospital. He was in the hospital for like 6 months because they could not find placement for him, but they could not let him come back because I had taken possession of the house. So that was like divine intervention. So we finally got all the house cleaned up, and then came the fun part, having to box up everything that was salvageable.
Yeah.
And I had storage pods brought onto the property. So I put all these toys that she purchased. This is what she did with the money. She bought all these toys thinking that because her son brought her a catalog that showed, if you buy this Matchbox car or Hot Wheels car, this Hot Wheels car is worth $250. And so she was going around from store to store to store to store looking for all these Hot Wheels cars that this catalog said was worth this much money. And it's like, and I kept telling her that, Fred Meyer is in the business to make money. If that car was worth $250, they'd be selling it for $250.
Absolutely.
Not $1.99 or whatever the hell she paid for it. And so this was a huge argument between me and her after my father died. And so, because she just went absolutely nuts. She was like just spending money. By the time she was done, she spent, a vast majority of, the millions of dollars that my father had.
Junk.
And so finally got the house to the point where I could actually bring a cleaner in to clean the house, do a complete cleaning of the house. Ended up selling the house and separated the money in two parts, except for all these toys, because he's like, oh, I bought all those, and it's like I didn't have any proof of it. And I said, you know what, I really don't want to deal with this, so he can have them. He can have all of that. He can have all of that. I don't care. I really don't care. I don't want to deal with. There were 5 or 6 storage pods, Timmy. I think there was like 5, maybe 6. I don't know, but those pods that they drop on the property and you load them up.
Well, Timmy's saying right there too. Plus, Mom was also a QVC addict,
Yes.
to the basement was full of multiple
Six.
same items from
And the
QVC.
basement was full of QVC shit.
Oh yeah, the QVC stuff. So 6 storage pods with just toys. Okay,
That
and
is wild.
I had to catalog every single bit of it, and I handed it over to the guardian. Let her deal with it. She, let her deal with it because I just don't want to deal with it. Because back before, or yeah, before my father died, she started doing all this stuff. And after my father died, I'm like, you know what? When you die, I'm gonna open up every single one of those Hot Wheels cars. The house was on a hill, and I'm gonna roll them all down to the bottom of the hill. That's all there
That'd be
is
a
to
nice.
it. So
That would have been a nice video.
and I told her this because it's like, I'm like, you're never gonna make millions of dollars. You're never gonna open up a store. You're not gonna do that. I mean, you don't even know enough about technology to be able to put them on eBay. Well, you could do it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
Are you
You got
sure
this
that
on
she was of
yourself.
sound in mind?
No, she wasn't sound of mind because no, she wasn't. She wasn't. And she was supposed to go in for a competency hearing herself, but she died before that was done, and
Wow.
um, so she never made it to her competency hearing because she ended up in the hospital with pneumonia, and that's how I found out that she was transitioning um, to the other side, so to speak.
Yes.
So,
Well said.
and the nurse and I had an argument about that, and she's like, "Well, you should be coming down here because this is she, she's pretty close to dying, and you should come down and say goodbye one last time." And I said, "Why would I do that? That woman hated me." And this I had an argument with this nurse because it's like she's like, "Well, she's the only mother you have," and I'm like, "No, no, she's not the only mother I have. The mother that I had passed away when I was very young, and this is not my biological mother. She never treated me like a daughter. Why would I put myself in that situation where I go down there to say goodbye one last time and she has one moment of clarity and she says awful words to me? Why would I put myself in that position? I'm not going to do it."
It's a tough choice. It's a tough decision to make, and rightfully so. I don't know what I would do in a situation like that either, especially if I don't feel like I've been treated like properly by this person. Chef, take a drink, okay? I know this is not easy, and I know that it's very touching for you to speak about this. I can't say how much I really appreciate you just coming up here and talking about it because I've never witnessed anything like this. I've never gone through anything like this. I didn't have a family to fight over each other. When my mom passed, she passed. It was only me, right? So, well, my other brothers too, but there was no fight over it. Everything was equally distributed for us, and it wasn't much. She lived a life of she wasn't luxurious or rich or anything like that, but she was there for us when she needed us. But the money that we got first was to take care of her funeral costs. We had to pay out of pocket first before we could do anything. And after that, then we got the claim. Then we all went our separate ways. But this is something that I've never even thought could get this wild. I've even heard stories of people trying to, hurt people to try to get the claim so they're not around to get the claims. Have you ever heard anything like that too? Or is that something that is new to you?
As far as putting out hits on people,
Yes.
um, no, I've not witnessed that. I've heard my family or her side of the family
We
say,
don't want to incriminate anybody.
right,
This is
yeah,
just hearsay and stuff like that.
yeah, you should have died years ago. You don't deserve to live. Yada yada. Some of those things I've heard. Heard all sorts of horrible things from that family, and I've separated myself from that. I don't
They've
speak to
actually
them.
told you that?
They've told me a lot of things. You don't deserve that, and there was a whole argument with she's been estranged from the family since for 40 something odd years, and I'm like, how's that even possible? Because that would have made me 13,
Wow.
you know. So it's like, it caused a whole rift, and it cost me a lot of money um, to take care of it. Um, to get the attorney to say no, this is BS, because that would have made her 13 years of age. She was a minor at the time. She was living in the home with both of those people, in the home. So how could she have been estranged for that long? So
Yeah.
it's like, that was unfounded, and everything was unfounded. It's like, you know, it was just absolutely ridiculous. So, fast forward 3 years, finally everything was taken care of, didn't have to deal with it anymore. He was put in a home. He got his half and then some, because he had all the toys. And the guardian had to go through and try to sell all of those to recover the money. Now, in the process,
Sorry.
there was 100
One second. My wife is
180.
calling. One second.
Oh,
My wife is calling me. Please continue the live. I'm just going to mute myself. Please, the
okay.
guys who are in the chat.
So, um, there's 180 acres that was family property from her ex-husband, who was um, the father side of the family, of the step sibling, and she tried to get hold of all that as well when his biological father had passed. Um, and so there was also a whole fight that opened up a whole other fight for that property all over again, because the aunt decided to say, well, there's 180 acres in West Virginia that is not listed in this in this estate, or in the will or anything. And then she also tried to put the property that was in the Philippines. She tried to get that added to the estate assets, which was family property from my father's side of the family. And so she was looking to displace um, my stepmother's ex-husband's family from the property that was their family land, as well as my family land that is owned by the family. Once, when my father died, the property passed over to the other family that still lives there in the Philippines. But the aunt tried to get hold of that property by saying, well, this 180 acres in West Virginia, as well as this big old massive farmland in the Philippines, is not in the estate, and we are going to we want that sold, and we want a portion of the assets from that. We deserve her half, because she was never a daughter to her.
Wow, this is crazy, Civi. That is so crazy. They don't want to have you. Don't. They don't even want you to have a parking lot. They don't want you to even have a tree on the property. That's wild.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild. But that's the kind of BS that you have to contend with when you've got crazy ass family members on any side of the family, especially if they've come from modest means and they've struggled all their lives. They feel like they're entitled to a portion of that estate. Not everybody's like that, but you'll always have that crazy family member. So, make sure that when you take care of your own will, to make sure that you have that all in order, and there's no way to contest it.
Okay, so I
um,
got to be frank. I got to be frank. I actually don't have a will yet, not for where I'm at. And I know I should be ashamed of that because it's something that needs to be done. But I just came out of a marriage that was not the greatest, but I managed to work it out. We're good now. But now in my new relationship, I have to set up a will. What is a legal will? You see these ones online all the time. You see these ones offered through banks, through institution. Which one, out of your sense of doing this, would you kind of point people in the direction to go to? Um, there's all types of them. There's insurance ones. There's ones from different banks. There's ones that are online. You don't even know if they're real. How do you tell which is the best way to go for this whole will thing? Because that is something we have to do in the next month or so to clarify, so we can move forward with our marriage.
well, there's also those ones where you can actually go and buy a kit. I think even Amazon has them. I know that bookstores used to carry them. um, I
But
don't know.
are they legally binding? Is what I'm
They
saying.
They should be. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly how those work. So, my best recommendation is go speak to an attorney.
Yeah. Winstone says,
Um,
I have a living will. What is a living will? Yeah, we'll have to ask that question later. Let me just
yeah,
get some of the guys in the chat. I don't want to feel like they're all left out. Let's see. We'll start from Miss Gay says she was very greedy, and she's talking to you, your sister. Simone says, so sad. Chef Sibby, I told his, that's who's speaking. Simone is Chef Sibby. Irish
yeah,
Jimmy says, no matter what people fight over it, it will never bring back the people or back to life. And also, everything they think is worth something, we can't take it with us when we get to the next life. Absolutely.
yeah.
Simone says, okay. Jimmy says, I joined credit union and saved nearly 3K for my son. Irish Jimmy says he gets double if anything happens to me. Hey, Jimmy, you better make sure you focus where somebody tries to take you out. Winstone says, I have a living will. Simone says, at my meeting with my grandfather when he died, I told him I'm never attending a meeting like this again. Everyone here get life insurance and the will. That's what I told him. Rhonda says, I think living will is about who makes medical decisions for you. Okay. Miss G is saying, hi, Simone. Irish Jimmy's talking. All right. We're caught up, Sibby. Go ahead. Nice
Okay,
glasses, by the way. I
thank
like
you.
those.
I can't read the screen very well. I'm on my
Okay.
phone,
No worries.
so
No worries.
um, and these are the ones where you can change the
Oh, snap.
yeah,
For real.
yeah, for
one
real.
more, one more, one more time for the short.
One more time for the short. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
I
like
got
that.
I got a whole other box full of
Okay.
other
So let's
other
break it
ones.
down a bit. Let's have a little bit of fun before we dig back into it. Let's see these glasses that you got there.
Oh, okay.
We need to
So
see that smile on your face. That's what we need to see.
these these are all holiday ones.
What the heck?
These are all holiday ones. These ones are Halloween. This could be a Halloween one, but also Thanksgiving at the same time. I got
Okay.
one for Thanksgiving. It's got little turkeys on them.
Take care, Miss Gay.
I got a whole bunch of Christmas ones and winter ones. It's got this one's got Chip and Dale making a snowman and snowflakes and so on and so forth. Then I got Valentine's Day ones.
So why don't you try a few on? Let's make a short. You can make a short right now. It's called the Chef
I've done
Civvy.
this so many.
I can't even say it 3 times, guys. Say that 3 times, guys. Chef Civvy short 3 times. How can you do that?
You
Chef Civvy.
can't.
Chef Civvy.
All right, polka dots,
Yeah, it's polka dots.
aliens,
Aliens.
ravens,
Ravens. We're making a live
uh,
short, guys.
France,
France.
uh, owls at midnight.
Owls at midnight.
Okay, that's getting really heavy.
That's
Okay,
that's how heavy glasses. Okay, start again. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
orcas.
Orcas.
Hmm. Oh, I love these ones. You know what these are? These are from Finding Nemo. It's the tank pals
Okay, Finding
from,
Nemo.
from Finding Nemo.
That is so cool.
Oh, this one's also another favorite. It's little skulls with a pink bow.
The little skulls with a pink bow. Let's go.
Rubber ducks.
Rubber duckies.
This one's from Harry Potter, and it's the Marauders map.
Nice. Marauders map.
Hmm. These are just jazz notes.
Jazz nuts.
Notes.
Notes.
Crime scene.
Crime
Crime
scene.
scene.
Okay, take those off and let's do the next layer. Okay,
Okay.
one of these shorts
We're,
have got to
we're
be
gonna
good,
be
guys.
we're gonna be
One
at
of these
it
shorts have
forever.
got to. It's okay. Let's go.
More Finding Nemos.
More Finding Nemos.
Hmm. Oh, Moana.
Milana.
There's Moana's
Oh,
chicken
Moana. Yeah, yeah.
singing.
Okay, all right. Yep.
There's
There it
Moana.
is.
This
You got to
one's
go.
just
Hey, you got to go faster if you want to put this in a short. You know that, right? You got to go like
water
super quick.
lilies. You don't understand. I've got like hundreds of tops. Okay, and then you saw the
Pink.
cupcakes.
Yep.
Uh,
Cupcakes.
it's just celestial. Um,
Celestial.
those are baubles and stuff. Bocas. Okay, run
Miss
out.
G, I hope you're watching and you're making this short right now, Miss G. This is fabulous. Let's go.
Red
Pink.
red sparkles. I don't wear pink. White,
Yes.
another sparkly red,
Welcome in.
purple. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I've run out.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's see how fast we can do this one. You ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
All right.
That is what I'm talking about right there. And then the last one, you just come close to the camera.
This one.
Yeah. Perfect. That's a
Farmer's
short right
market.
there. If I've ever seen a short right there, I'm telling you. Local
Oh, we
reviewer,
haven't
welcome
gotten
in the
through these
building.
ones yet.
Let's
We haven't
go. We're
gotten
not
through.
stopping. No, we're not stopping. We're not. Look, see, you're smiling. That's what we want to see, right? You want to see you smile after telling such a horrifying story. Faster, faster.
It's hard to take these off. They're magnetic.
Leave the purple ones on, says Aranda. How much can you get on there and then turn sideways? How heavy can you get it?
Oh God. It
Let's see.
gets hard. Gets hard.
You two police, welcome in as well, Gary. And
Hey, Gary.
I want to see you turn sideways after you get like 50 of them on.
Oh God.
It's
Okay,
getting
now
heavy.
we're down to Paisleys.
Now the vision's getting blurry.
I know, right?
Are these actually frames? Do they have glasses on them? Or
Yeah,
just
these
outliners?
are actual prescription glasses, but these are just
The frames. Okay, all right.
yeah,
The hollow.
yeah, they're just
All right.
poppers.
So
Okay,
you've
so
lost
there you go.
you've lost all your pervert. What is it?
I got four more. They're
All
my
right, let's go. Okay, let's make these
now.
4 quick. 1,
2,
2,
3,
3, and
4.
come close. Come close. There we go, guys.
Oh, sunglasses.
Oh, we got
Forgot
more.
about
But
these.
wait.
Wait, there's more. Okay,
But
so
wait, there's more.
these ones are pink. They're for migraines.
Okay.
Okay, and then I got just 2 sunglass toppers.
Those are cool. Those are cool. Matrix in effect right there.
Yeah, I know, right? So now
All
I
right.
lost the ones I was wearing because
That's awesome.
I got enough to change out every day for quite a
A
while. And
month.
I got more coming too.
Cool. Well, I'm glad.
I have an unhealthy addiction to these things.
Nothing wrong with that. Everybody has an addiction for something. If it makes you smile and make you feel good, that's what it's about, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad to
And
see you smiling, honestly, because it's not an easy story. Now that we've taken a break, maybe we can get back to it, and hopefully you feel a little bit better. Just you can make some shorts about that later. You got this.
I think I did. I think I did do a short.
Oh, you can do it again.
Oh
because
no, it
that,
was just the ones that I just gotten, which I got
okay.
another set coming, and another set I ordered. But don't tell Timmy. Shh, don't tell him.
But he's right there. How does he not know? Yeah, and he's in the chat.
Don't tell
Okay,
him.
bomb's the
Okay.
word. Let's
So-
continue on. Bruce Wayne, welcome in as well. Miss G, you guys, she's just going to continue on with her story, and listen in carefully, guys.
Yeah, so he got put in a home, got evicted from several homes. I lost track of him, and it was about 2015 before we could actually release all the funds. He got his half and all the toys, and I said I don't want to have anything to do with any of those toys. Had garage
Yes.
sales, got rid of the things, sold my childhood home. It needed a lot of work, so it's like it was just not something that I wanted to deal with, and um, and I was like, you know what, this isn't important to me. So I took half of the money,
Yes.
half of my share, and I know that my oldest daughter was having some really rough times. She was in a relationship that she should not have been in, and she was so. In order to help her get away from that, I gave her 1/4, and then my youngest child, I gave another quarter. So I kept half,
Yes.
and they got money. Oh, and the oldest got grandma's car,
Okay.
which wasn't worth anything, but at least she would have a car again, and she could
Yeah.
get her life back in order and get away from the situation that she was in. And my youngest was like had the funds to be able to move to Sweden
Wow,
and
that's a change.
live happily ever after and start their own business and is living their best life. So both of my kids are living their best lives. my oldest got her stuff taken care of, and I said that don't expect any more money out of me after this, because
Yes.
after that happened, the family members in the Philippines found out what was going on, so of course they wanted their share,
Ouch.
and it's just, I'm like, I ended up having to just go in and delete everybody out of my Facebook.
So it would you ever do this again if this ever had, like, I don't even, well, I can't do it again because they've passed already. But how do you determine or tell somebody, be careful of this from the start? Like, make sure you have a proper will. Make sure you have this set out. Make sure everything is set in order. Because as much as you have a will, like you said, that person died randomly. They died randomly, right? So automatically that will has to be shifted to somebody else. What if there's nobody else in that will and it gets shifted? Where does this money go? Where do these assets go? Does it go to the government? Does it go to a court? Does it get appointed by a court and they do a search for family members? How does this work?
From what I understand, they try to locate the next of kin. And one of the things,
The state will take it
yeah, if there's nobody that, if there's nobody there to claim it, then the state takes it. So,
Wow.
um, my recommendation is to create a trust in the event that there are no heirs,
Yes.
um, or even just having somebody else handle, that's not family, not friends, a professional, to go and handle your affairs,
Yes.
because it's not something that you want to leave upon your own children or or spouse, um, because there's a lot of stress involved. And there were times when I thought, I just need to walk away from this. I just need to walk away and just say, you know what, this isn't worth it. You know,
This is an
um,
incredible story, Sylvia. I can't believe you, and you've actually been through this twice. That
twice.
is that is absolutely absurd.
Yeah, and and then there was another time just before my parents died where it was my stepbrother's father who died. I had to go and deal with all that, but I wasn't the executor of the estate. But somehow the stepbrother was the only living, or the next in line to
Yes.
take care of that. I ended up having to go and clean up after that, because
Wow.
the stepmother was so hell bent on getting hold of all of his assets because she felt that she was owed the money because she was never given child support. So, and in order for her to do that, she was like making me go and do it. And if I didn't do it for her, then she called CPS on me so many times.
Oh my God. Child Protective Services. That's crazy.
Yeah, just because I wouldn't go and help her. I'm like, I can't do that.
Savagery.
I can't do that. And so she's like, well, I'm gonna call CPS. I'm gonna have those children removed, and I'm gonna end up with your children, and you'll never see them again. I'm like,
Wow.
no, you're
Honeybee.
not.
Welcome in, Honeybee. That's crazy.
And
That's crazy.
so, yeah, so there was that. So I ended up having to go and clean up after that, and that was just a disaster. I think middle of the night, the other night when you were talking about this live, I was actually talking about that a little bit in chat. How I think, I don't remember, but anyway, so they found him in somebody's basement, dead, um,
Hmm.
in somebody's basement, and he had been dead for quite some time, and he also had some mental health issues as well, same as his son.
Wow.
And so, oh no, I was talking to somebody from my
Welcome in,
stepbrother's
Espada.
side of the
Welcome in.
family.
Yes.
Contacted me a few days earlier. That's what it was. I was telling her about how, because she was getting into genealogy and she wanted to know about that side of the family. And unfortunately, I know a bit about that side of the family, but she'd never heard about,
Drink with me. Drink with me.
yeah, yeah, what actually caused his death, and she didn't know anything about his death. Caused his death.
Wow.
We don't know, but he was in a sleep.
Rats and garbage, and he was dressed in lingerie.
Wow.
That's that's how they found him.
Hey, welcome in, Assad. We appreciate you for stopping by. Welcome in. We're just having a conversation about when families fall apart and, what happens to the monies, what happens to the families and the rest of the people around that family with the assets that are given out or handed out, who gets what and what kind of trauma it can cause to families. Honeybee, yes, I got rid of the ninjas a long time ago. I can only use them as badges. I have stickers now, but unfortunately, guys, just to get everybody up to speed, I've been demonetized. I'm just back to a regular person. I don't have a dollar sign, so I can't do the members only meetings that I was doing every Friday. So me, always thinking of a new way to do things. So I decided to go with hot topics or something that's gonna make emotions flow. And this is the one that we're on right now, guys. And feel free to listen. And if you have anything that you want to say, or ask Chef Civi, she's right here in the chat. Please feel free to type it in the chat and we'll touch base with her. But I'm just allowing her to talk. I don't want to say hi to everybody. You guys already know what it is. Big up yourself. Welcome in. Let's just get the conversation and keep it going. Okay? All right, Chef.
Yeah. So she was just so hell bent on getting all of his stuff, and it was just money makes people crazy. And
see, that's what I want to hear right there. I want to hear the truth about why people do what they do for these things.
Yeah, they will do all sorts of things to try to get a little piece of that pie or all of it. Everybody has a family member that's going to act like that. At least one family member.
Yes.
At least one family member. And what's even worse is after somebody dies, during for the funeral, when family comes in from out of town, they come to the funeral and they go down to the house for whatever, potluck or whatever. They're like, well, what about Uncle I'll just make up a name, Uncle George's uh, service pistol?
Yeah.
Can I have that? They'll start asking for things. Well, Uncle George has got this, and Aunt Millie's got that. I was wondering if I can have that. And of course, with the widow being,
nothing
grieving,
is sacred. Nothing
right,
is sacred. Wow.
Or the immediate family is grieving in their time of grief. They're asking for these things, and they're not thinking in their right mind.
You're asking for weapons. They're asking for weapons.
Service pistol.
Timmy says, my sister took everything, $600K plus estate. I got my mom's truck and $10K cash. That is wild.
Yeah,
that is wild.
His is crazy too.
You've both been through different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is terrifying.
Yeah. It's just absolutely terrifying. And
Honeybee, don't worry about it. It is what it is. I've learned a lesson. I've been pinched on the cheek. Stop cheating, YouTube, and go fix yourself and come back. So I'll reapply, and hopefully they accept me the second time around. I break the rules. That's what I do, and I got caught. So I gotta fix myself before I can come back on YouTube. But until then, we carry on. All right, Chef Civi, don't let me interrupt you, please.
Oh no, that's his story is unbelievable too. He had a greedy sister, and I can't tell that story because I only know bits and pieces of it, because this happened back before we became a couple.
Yes.
I don't even think we knew each other back then. But then again, I could be wrong. So Timmy would be best off to talk to about that. But I'm not sure if he wants to come up on panel. Do you want to come up on panel?
Yeah, we knew each other, but hadn't connected.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So do you want to talk about that while I go get the chicken? I'll hand you my headset and you can talk into my headset.
Yeah, he doesn't have to come up if he doesn't want to. He can definitely talk so we can hear him. I think everybody should be able to hear him clearly.
Well, here,
feel comfortable.
Well, let me leave my headset here. I gotta go and get my chicken.
Chef Civi, you're a brave one for coming up here and speaking of this, okay? Just wanted to let you know. Honestly, I can't imagine anybody in the family acting like that, says YouTube police. I thought I was Honey V. My glasses need changing. Sup and
All
happy
right.
Easter, everybody. All right, all right. How you
Hi,
doing,
guys.
Timmy?
I'm doing okay. How are you, sir?
Green Vegan, welcome in, by the way. Go ahead, Timmy.
Um, I'm going to try and tell this as quickly as I can without going too far off track.
Okay, well,
Um,
don't try to incriminate yourself on anything either. It's just a
oh,
conversation, a general
the only
conversation.
thing I've done wrong is refuse to deal with her, which will make sense here in a minute.
Okay,
Um, December 7th of 1996, we always joke it was a day that will live in infamy. My mom passed away.
okay.
Just to give you an idea to start with on my sister, the hospital called my sister to say she was actually scheduled to come home the next morning. Called my sister to say we're going to lose her.
Okay, sounds like we lost him. We'll give him a couple of seconds. You back? Okay, you're back.
Am I here? Okay,
You're back now.
sorry.
Go ahead. No, go
Um,
ahead.
I'm watching on my phone and talking to hers. Anyway, um, the hospital called my sister and said, we're going to lose her. You need to come and say goodbye. My sister didn't bother to call me. So when my sister got there, they asked her if I was on my way, and she said, I don't know. So the hospital
Wow,
called me. I got there about 15 minutes after she was gone.
wow.
Um,
Thank you,
anyway,
Blessed Life, for the raid. Thank you very much. Go ahead,
that
Timmy.
that was the beginning of she'd always been selfish, greedy, but we just put up with her.
So
Um,
she basically told you that she tried to keep you away from it while she was dealing with these things to try to
right.
hopefully. Oh my God.
Now at this point, she was living in our
Thank you, all Raiders. Thank you for coming in. We're just having a little bit of issues with the mic, but he'll be back in a second. I'm not ignoring any of you. Welcome in. Welcome in. Go ahead, Timmy. I think you're back now.
am I?
Yeah,
Are we
you're
good
back.
now, Red?
Yes, we're good, brother.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
No, no, don't
Um,
be sorry at all. Things happen. Let's go.
anyway, she was living in she and my mom were living in the house, our childhood house. My mom passes away. There really was no living will. So my sister continued living there, and the deal was is that I was going to get $10,000 immediately, and that was going to help me buy my house. And
Okay.
I was also given her truck. And then it was all supposed to split 50-50 when they sold the house, my
Okay.
sister and her husband.
So 50
Well,
50. How did you only get 10 grand if a house is not worth 20 grand? So how much did you get from that?
10 grand in the truck because
Oh my God.
they lived there for another 4 years and kept refinancing the house, which originally when she passed only had $63,000 left on the mortgage of 30 years.
Oh, okay.
So they kept refinancing it up to the $510,000 value of it, and then went to sell it, and there was nothing left in the
That
way of
was
an inheritance.
that is crazy. That is so. Wouldn't it? But is there a reason why they didn't sell it? Sorry, I might be asking too many questions. Please feel
No,
free to stop
ask
me at any
anything. I'll
time.
tell you anything. I hate her death.
So let me ask the question. So there are only 10,000, or what you said, 10,000 left to pay off the home, but they could have still sold it and got the value of the equity and then
Yeah,
split it up
we
between
would have
all of you
had
guys.
about $480,000 in equity that would have come as cash.
Oh my God! But they chose to do what they did, and you only end up with 10.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then
Wow.
2 years down the road, I was going to move from the house that I'd bought, and I was looking at another house. My sister was a real estate agent, so she's showing me houses. So I didn't think about it, but anyway, I looked at this house. It was across the street from a river, and it had metal roll up shutters on all the doors and windows.
Yes.
Um, and it was obvious that if that river flooded, it was going to go the other direction, not towards this house. And we got out to see it several times, and we were just about ready to pull the trigger on it. And I went out one more time to look at it, and we happened to run into the homeowners.
Oh
And
my God.
I said, what are all the roll up doors for? The water over there isn't gonna, the river's not gonna flood this direction. It goes that way. And she says, oh no, no, the water comes from behind the property, and it's the basement has been underwater 10 times in the 9 years we lived here,
Incredible.
completely underwater. And my sister knew that information and held it from me. just to get the commission.
Just to get the, oh my God, the commission.
And that was the last time I dealt with her until
So
3 years ago when she sent me a
you're
tiny
completely
box of
separated
pictures.
from your sister right now.
Yep.
Were you guys ever close at one point? I know I'm asking questions
Oh,
because
yeah.
my nosy self is going to ask, because this is what this topic is about. I wanted to know how people felt. I want to know, is this that serious that they're going to hurt each other, that they want to try to stomp on each other's toes, that they're willing to, get out of line to make the other one suffer for this money or this property or this land or this estate that they're entitled to somewhat?
I'm not intentionally going out of my way to hurt her, but she could drop off the face of the earth tomorrow, and I don't care.
And that's your sister. Can you imagine
Yep.
that? Can you imagine that? Just to say something like that. I'm not blaming you in any way, Tim. I'm just saying that's the level that it's gotten to, that the hatred is built so much inside you that this person had tried to stiff you in the worst way, that you have to suffer and you can't believe it. You're so hurt by what has transpired. That is unbelievable,
I
right?
guess, yeah, but I guess that all of this stuff that happened then opened my eyes to everything she'd been doing her whole life.
But it's very disturbing, Tim. You have to admit that, right? It's very disturbing that you guys grew up in Pampers as kids. You love each other. You played in the field together. You did all this together to succumb to something like this later on in life, that she doesn't appreciate you.
Yeah, it bothered me for a while, and now it's gotten to the point where, I mean, I'm still in contact with my niece and nephew,
Yes.
and I love them. I just have absolutely no feelings for her mother, for their mother. She's pulled so many stunts on so many people.
Oh my
Even
God.
her husband that she's been with for years finally divorced her 2 years ago. And she came crying to everybody, and nobody is willing to help her. She's living in a trailer 100 miles south of here.
Evangelist Sandra, welcome. And this is absolutely heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking.
I mean,
Imagine your
she's made her
sister.
bed. She needs to lay in it.
Well, at this point in life, you've had enough. It's clear you've had enough, and it's too late. There's no turning back.
Yeah,
But it is a shame that blood has come between the money.
it's not the money, it's the attitude.
Okay,
That's
all
what it
right.
is.
So it's the attitude. So it's not. You made it very clear. It's not the money. It's the way that you're being treated.
Right,
Okay,
right.
fair enough. And that's a
If
good way to explain it.
Yeah, it's absolutely not the money. The money, yeah, it would have been nice, but it's not all the money. It's just the repetitive times of trying to screw me over for her greed, and she'll
So
bend anybody over. She's actually lost
wow.
her real estate license now because she's done it to other people.
Yeah, just to get the quick sale. I know. I know.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, that's my story. I'm going to give you back to Civvy.
Timmy, thank you very much for coming up here. It's incredible that the two of you live in the same household and you have the same issue with this thing that I've never witnessed this in my life, and you guys got three. You guys got three different incidents. This is incredible. Welcome back, Chef Civvy. Okay, before we get started, Chef,
Yep.
you know what it is. Where's your water? Where's your tea? Where's your coffee?
My coffee is right here.
All right, let's have a.
I almost forgot about my chicken that I had to put in the.
Well, so curiosity. People were curious what you were doing back there. So the thing about YouTube is people are always watching. So they saw you with eggs or something in there in the back, and they're wondering if you're making an omelet. They were wondering, listen, Chef, you know that people are watching. They're like looking behind you. What is she doing over there? Why does she have all those eggs? And what is she gonna bake like 6 eggs at once? What is that?
No, what I have behind me is an East Oak smoker. That's my smoker.
Okay. Where's
Yeah.
Trini and Winstone? Are you in the house? Let's see the smoker. Roxanne, big up yourself.
It's my smoker, and what I have in there is a whole chicken, and what was supposed to be 12 eggs, but I accidentally dropped one.
So how does the
now I got
eggs work
11
in the
eggs.
smoker? What does it do in the smoker? I've never seen eggs in a smoker. Talk to me.
Oh my goodness gracious! You've never had smoked eggs before?
Oh my! I've never even heard of smoked eggs.
Oh my God! So All right,
Oh
that's
my
right.
gosh. Hold on, Winstone. Have you heard of smoked eggs? Roxanne, Trini, have you guys heard of smoked eggs? I have never heard of that. So very cool. JC Calamity says. YouTube police said to JC, talk to me. What is smoked? You know, I'm gonna Google it. No way. You're
Okay,
lying to
see,
me right now. You're
no,
lying.
no,
Chef
no,
Sibi, don't
no,
lie on the chat,
no,
okay? There's no such thing
no.
as smoked eggs.
Yes, yes, there is such a. You take raw eggs
I'm
whole,
Googling it.
still in shell. You put them in a smoker because the shells are porous, right? So it's
Yeah.
going to soak up that smoke, and so when you go to unwrap them, they're going to have this almost. I mean, they're going to be about the color of my coffee. Okay. Um,
Smoked eggs are a flavorful, easy make snack produced by cooking raw in-shell eggs in a smoker and roughly 180 temperature for 30 minutes to 2 hours. Get out of here. That is not real. Google, you're
it is
lying.
real. It is
Google, you're
very
a
real. It is
liar.
very
You
real.
sit on a throne of lies, Google.
So what you do is then you let them rest in your refrigerator overnight to 2 days, 24 hours to 2 days, so
Wow.
that the smoke calms down a little bit. I'm using pecan wood, by the way,
So what
and
does it taste
we're
like?
gonna see the. Oh, they're so delightful. But what I do is I make smoked deviled eggs.
Okay.
Smoked deviled eggs. Okay.
I've never
Smoked
heard of
deviled
this.
eggs.
This is all brand new to me.
Well, there's going to be a video. There's going to be a video. There's going to be a video because I got my chicken in there right now. I'm smoking a chicken for my smoked chicken Waldorf salad. I'm going to
I
make
hope it's not a
smoked
live
chicken
chicken.
Waldorf.
You didn't put a
No,
live
it's not.
chicken in there, did you?
No, it's unalived. It's unalived. You don't
Okay,
have to
on
worry
the
about
live.
that.
All right.
Grocery store fresh, by the way.
Okay,
So
grocery store fresh.
yes, grocery store fresh. So I've got my chicken in the smoker, and I'm going to make chicken Waldorf sliders. Um, for part of because I was going to do all these recipes for an Easter brunch ideas uh, video or live stream last week, but I just couldn't. I just didn't have the energy to do it because
Yeah.
I have not been sleeping very well. I'm in
Yeah.
a lot of pain, so I haven't been able to do a lot. So I figured, okay, I'll just do biscuits and gravy and call it a day. And so this is part of one of the recipes that I'm doing, or two of the recipes that I'm doing for um, Easter brunch ideas. Now, if you don't have a smoker, you're out of luck. But
Trini's
um,
saying, Chef, you need to put some pork in there in the smoker as well.
I had pork in there a few days ago, and I did not do a video on it because I've already done a video on pork butts in the past. But
Pork what?
um, pork butts,
Say that
pork
again.
shoulders,
Can you say
pork
pork
butts.
butts 3 times?
Pork butts. Anyway, so I took the leftovers, and there's a video coming because I got for Christmas I got a Chef IQ multi cooker, which is kind of like the Instapot, but this one's like really fancy, right? So I took some of that pulled pork and I made chili out of it, and that video is gonna we're gonna do a premiere later tonight on that one.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Pulled pork chili is divine. But Timmy is mad at me because I did not get enough cornbread mix to make cornbread today, and we had cast iron cornbread
Cast
for dinner
iron
last night.
cornbread. Okay, so before we get carried away, listen, finish off your egg story because I need to know what this tastes like or what it even looks like. I know you're going to do the video, so I'm definitely going to have to catch up to the video, but put it in my head. I didn't Google the picture. I only Googled if it's actually a thing.
Okay, so the eggs are going to turn, the whites are going to turn about the same color as my coffee.
Okay, so, okay.
And it's going to have a little bit of a smoke ring, and sometimes it carries all the way through to the yolk. And so what you do is you just cut it, let them cool, and then you cut them, and then you take all the egg yolks out, and they look just like hard-boiled eggs, except for they're a weird color, okay? And then you take the egg yolks and you put all your stuff together for deviled eggs, put it into a piping bag or a Ziploc bag or something.
Okay, so the yolk is hard. The yolk is actually
yolk is
hard.
Yes,
Okay,
yolk is
all right.
hard. I've never tried to do a soft boiled egg in it.
Okay, honey, thank you.
I'll have to try that sometime and see, what it takes to do that, because that would be kind of
LT,
cool to
welcome
have
in.
soft boiled smoked egg. But Um, Depending on the type of wood that you use, it could be pretty sharp, or it could be pretty mild. But you add enough salt to it, you're going to be able to taste that smoky flavor, and then you can do all sorts of really cool things with your egg, with your deviled egg. You can either put some bacon in there,
Wow.
or top it with some salmon roe, or smoked salmon on top, or whatever you
Chef,
want.
Chef, Tim is
Hmm.
throwing you under the bus in the chat.
Tim is throwing me under the bus.
Yeah. He made
What?
it very clear, all capital letters. One package of cornbread is not enough for 3 days worth of chili, woman.
What did you say to throw me under the bus? Do I need to put you in a home now? There's a
Snap.
memory care down the road. God,
Elsie Knight, welcome in. Welcome in.
he's so mean to me.
Elsie Knight heard about food and she's over here. She heard about smoked eggs and she's over here. Every time she hears about food, she shows up. Elsie Knight, Elsie, pick up yourself. Work, play,
Oh, yeah.
live, welcome in. Never done it, but I understood why it worked. Hickory would be fire.
Hickory would be fire, but I'm using pecan because I
Okay.
don't want my chicken to be too overpowering, and pecan has a nice mild taste to it.
Interesting.
Yeah, mesquite's a little too much for eggs.
I miss
It'd be
TT.
too overpowering, but you want to rest them for 24 to 48 hours
I
to
still
take
have my
away some of that
receipts.
sharpness.
Okay. Well, now that we're distracted for a bit, sometimes I like to tone it down because I don't want you to get too emotional over the stuff you're speaking about. It's got to be overwhelming. Is there anything else, Chef Civi, that at the end of the day, everything is settled now, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, everything's all settled.
But it's the raw
uh,
emotions that's left over that's now hurting.
Oh, I spend a lot of time in therapy.
I'm gonna take them in.
Okay. I've been in therapy, and I've
So it's not over. So it's
dealt with
not
my
over then.
No, I'm fine now. I'm fine now. It's just yeah, for a few years that was kind of rough because um I was like, how the hell did I end up being left with this? And I I actually was a little mad at my father for a little while over that after she had passed. How did I end up having to
With this mess.
yeah, how did I end up with this mess? But then again, it's like, my father was the first one to go, so he didn't know. uh, and I had to come to terms with that he didn't know. He didn't know that this is what my life was going to be like after she dies. And um because I think that if
We would have had something done about the will. She's a bit frozen again, guys. So Winstone Chronicle says, if you have never been to Chef Civi Live Cooks, you're missing out. I will be down now that you're telling me. Now she has a smoker on the front lawn and stuff like that, cooking deviled eggs and all these kind of stuff I never heard of before in my life. But
I can't believe you've
look,
never heard of that.
don't worry,
Um,
I'll be there. I'll be there next time.
I also have two dead smokers over there, but the bigger one that
Are you the
died.
female? Are you the female Winstone? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, except for I'm the Filipino version of a Windstone.
Okay, fair enough. It's good to see you smile, by the way. This is what we do over here. I like to say people smile, even though their story is very deep. It's still good to see you smile after all that trauma.
Yeah, it was. Don't put your family through it. Just don't put your family through it. Find a third party to deal with it. That way you don't have to deal with it, and everything's gonna be taken care of. As far as my things go, what I told my kids years ago was, I don't want any fighting, especially after all this. I said I don't want any fighting over assets.
So I have a question, Sibi, because this is something I've thought about too. Would you recommend anybody to tell their children that they have a will, or is this something that you would keep private until they find out after you pass?
They should know, and it should be kept someplace where it's safe. Put it in a safe deposit box. Leave it with an attorney, so that the attorney can deal with it. But routinely, make sure that all of the contact details for the people that you're going to be leaving stuff to is up to date. Like, let's say,
YouTube Police says, if you want to see more hilarious footage, watch one of our live streams about cooking and sugar-free desserts. I personally
oh,
recommend the key lime pie episode. It's hilarious. Okay, YouTube. Thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. Workplay
yeah,
live. Sorry, every time you freeze, I'll just reach the chat until you get back, but it's only temporary.
yeah, I don't know why I'm freezing because I got a really good. I mean, I paid like 300 something odd dollars for
Hold on a second.
freaking
Chef
hearing that
Sivi,
stuff.
you're working on watch hours too?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, now
real,
that we know, guys,
yeah.
what do we do over here? What do we do over here? Put it in the chat. What do we do over here for other content creators? All you that know me and know everything I'm about, we support. Okay. If Chef Sivi needs to be supported, guys, what do we do? Put it in the chat. I want to see the letters in the chat. Okay. Winstone Chronicle says a recoverable living trust, one of the best options, unlike a will. A trust takes effect while you are alive and allows assets. Just move the chat. Assets to pass through their heirs immediately without a judge involvement.
Yeah.
Chef Sibi, you must be kidding, says TT Mix Vlogs. We
What?
support. That's the content right there, Gary. That's what we do. Chef Sibi, now that we know that, we have a device for you, okay? We got a device for you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No,
Yeah,
no doubt at all.
it's been a rough go of things. Got to wave at my aggressive neighbor. God,
Aggressive neighbor. What do we need to know there? Where's the receipts?
I I've got no. It's one of our neighbors. He's in his 80s, and if we don't wave, he honks the horn, and waves
Okay.
aggressively. And it's like I could be on the phone on the porch because I love sitting out on my porch.
Can I see the wave? Can I see imitate the wave? So that's how he waves before he honks the
Yeah,
horn?
yeah. And
So
if
what's
if
the aggressive wave?
oh,
What?
he'll honk his horn, and he'll sit there. He'll sit there and wait for us to wave. Honest to goodness, I kid you not, every single time. And
Oh
I'll
my
be on the
God.
phone, or I'll be on the phone, and he'll stop and he'll roll down his window and start talking
So he's a
because
creature of
he
habit.
hates electronics. He hates electronics. He thinks that we're too glued to our electronics and that we need to disconnect from our electronics. So he will talk to us and talk to us and talk to us and just totally interrupt everything. It's like,
No way.
yeah, no, I'll be sitting here working on a piece of art on my tablet.
And he's looking at you
And
like that. Like you're the next coming of the devil or something.
exactly. It's like I can't even do that. It's like leave me alone. Um,
Chef Sivi,
so
you're a very brave woman. I got to tell you, I'll get my hats off to you. You're a very brave woman to even come up here and talk about this on a live. When we're done, I'm going to see if there's a way I can actually share the link to you so you can also put it on your channel as well. Hopefully, there's no issues. I don't think it is because this is actually just a shared live. I'll make a short of it. And so you can be added as I forgot what it's called, a collaborator. So you can also have it on your channel that people, every time they come to my channel, they'll see you on there and the link to get to your channel so they can click and join your channel directly from mine as well. Okay.
okay,
I
thank you.
gotta tell you, you're very brave. You're very, very brave. I don't know how I'm gonna get it to you. Maybe I have to send it to YouTube Police or whatever, and he can send you the link, or he can give you my email address or email address you can use. It's the easiest way to make it work. But I appreciate you coming up. It's not like I'm running you down right now. I think this story was very powerful. Guys, did you want to see more of this? So you know that not monetized anymore, and I can't do the members only meetings, but I would love to do stories like this where we touch base with somebody that has something to say, and we're not trying to call anybody out or saying that we know anything. This is just a story that we're telling based on some of the scenarios that we've been through or the person's been through. And Chef Sivi and Timmy, you guys have 3 different incidents in the one home. That's incredible. That's got to be a record, right?
Yeah. Well, everybody dies, so it's like, everybody's got to. If you're stuck having to deal with all of it, it's like you could end up doing this over and over again, 2, 3, 4 times, in your lifetime. If people aren't smart and hand it over to somebody else to deal with, so the family can just, go on with their lives and, deal with their grieving process, and not have to worry about having to lose connections with their family, because this is how you lose connections with your family.
Absolutely.
Well, so and so got more than I did, and so got more than I did, and I didn't get anything, and yada da 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 da, and it's like, oh my God, just stop already, just stop. And it's
You know, you don't come to think about it. I've been through this. I just didn't realize it. Now that you mentioned it, I have a stepdad that was found frozen in a parking lot. He died from the cold weather. There goes the aggressive neighbor.
I think he does this on purpose. Gets in his car, drives by.
That's crazy. So, like I was saying, Chef, my stepfather died a few years back. They found him in a parking lot frozen after coming out of a bar. You know, after we buried him, I've never heard anything from that family again. And he was married to my mother. So I didn't even realize that till now you mention it, that they've completely sideswiped me. It's like I never even existed.
Yeah,
And I got
yeah,
two brothers that are from him. So stepbrothers, but from my mother. So they're technically still my brothers. And I've not heard nothing from that side of the family. That's wild.
yeah. That's what happened with my father's side of the family. I
That's
very
wild.
rarely ever talk to them. The only time when they talk to me, it was when they want money, when somebody is graduating from college or school, when there's a baby in the family, when there's a wedding, there's a funeral, because there's money involved. What can
Hmm.
you give to support this? Can you sponsor this wedding? Can you help with the funeral costs? Can you? What are you going to give my child for graduating high school? What are
Wow.
you going to give my child for graduating from college? And it's like, who are you
It's
again?
almost it's almost like a sin. It's almost like a curse.
Oh yeah, and it's like they shame you if you don't give, and it's
Yeah,
like,
that's half brothers. You're right.
and it's like I rarely ever talk to my father's side of the family. It's like I actually heard from one of my cousins the other day, and it's like, when are you coming to Hawaii? I don't know,
Hmm.
you know. But she was letting me know that so and so is, her granddaughter is graduating from college, and that they're coming to Seattle to be there for the graduation next year, um, because she's graduating next year. She's going into this fall will be her final year in college,
Awesome.
and so I'm sure that that's going to be a can you cook food for the party, and what are you giving my grandchild for a gift?
Chef
Um,
Sylvia, it looks like this is really hurting you. Like you can't like it looks like it's hurting you that these people are trying to use you to do things
no,
that
it really isn't, because I I'm more pissed off than hurt, because it's like,
yeah.
um, it's one of those
Is
things where,
disappointment a word? Would disappointment be a word for
yes,
you?
it's disappointing, because it's like, I think back and I'm like, so, you guys knew that I had brain surgery, but did any of you call when I had brain surgery to check up
Yeah.
on me or anything?
Yeah. Yes.
Um, and it's like, and I'm like, but you want me to support a grandchild that I never met, and I haven't spoken to you since my father's funeral,
Wow.
you know?
It's
So
really
it's like,
bumper.
it's just weird, To me, it's weird,
It
because
is weird. Awkward.
yeah, it's very awkward. It's very awkward, because it's like, I know how the whole shame and guilt works. Um, Filipinos are really good at that. I
It's
said that.
I
I
don't
said
want to
it.
say that. I don't want to say it and I never heard it. Okay. Blah 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 blah. I'm not saying anything, okay?
I'm Filipino.
I know that's
So
why
I
you can
can
say
say that.
it.
Half Filipino, but I can say that, and it's like they're really good about, oh, but we're very poor here, and or whatever, and it's like, oh my God, so you think that I make a lot of money? Um, you think that you think you think I got that much money? Just because my father had that much money doesn't mean that I do, because you know I worked for my own money.
Yes.
As soon as I turned 18, I was like, see you later,
I,
because So
I was out on the street since I was 15, so I know what it feels like. The hustle is real, life is real, and sometimes you got to do some bad things to get through life, and sometimes you got to make those quick calls. I get it, believe me, I've been there. And the thing is, but I never realized I was hit by this too. Now that I think about it, I was just weeded out. I wasn't actually faced with the actual argument over money because they cut me out a long time before I even got there.
yeah, I
Wow.
I was cut off when I decided I wasn't going to college. I wasn't going to medical school. And that was her doing. That was her doing, not my father's doing, because my father understood. But no, that was her doing. That was really fun because she went to the bank and withdrew my entire college fund and
Wow.
bought herself a brand new car
God damn, that's
because
so
I didn't want to
savage.
go to medical school. Um, yeah. So
Chevy, where's your drink, man?
I'm
That
out.
can't
I
that can't
have to
even be hot
run to the
anymore. That's
house.
that's more like iced coffee now, right?
Well, I'm used to drinking my coffee cold because, I go to work and it's like my coffee will sit there on my desk for like 4 or 5 hours before I even get a chance to get a sip of it. Um, so, oh God, that smoker smells pretty damn good right now.
I'm so interested to see what these eggs look like. Now, after we're done, I'm gonna Google this and find out exactly what you're talking about because I've never heard of this before in my life.
Well, do you have a smoker? Do you have a
No, I
smoker?
don't. The only smoker I have is rolling papers.
Oh, okay.
That's about it.
Rolling papers. Okay. But
You got
anyway,
it?
so
You get
yeah,
it?
I
All
get
right,
it.
you got
I get it. I
it.
get it.
All right, we got it good. All right, let's go.
It's the reason why my channel is called the Munchie Mafia and why some of the things are kind of weird,
Hold it down. Okay, okay, hold it down.
but
Shh.
we don't talk about that.
We don't talk about that over here. That is
Oh,
so
oh,
hilarious.
somebody's
Yo,
getting me
I'm
coffee.
just catching that right now, Munchie Mafia. Love it, love it. Vigo Real, welcome in, welcome in.
But we
Oh
don't
God.
talk about that sort of
Yeah,
thing on the
we
channel.
don't talk
But
about yeah, absolutely
yeah,
not. Absolutely
yeah,
not.
that's why some of
But
the
we're just talking
recipes
about
are
rolling
really
papers.
weird.
That's all it is, just
Yeah,
papers.
yeah, and munchies.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Mike's Adventure
Uh,
Sparks. How you doing, man?
hey, Mike. Hope you're feeling better.
Yeah, we hope you're feeling better. This is it was very hurtful at first, but now we're starting to lighten up a bit and smiles are in the place. And thank you guys for stopping by. Nita May, guys, we appreciate you. And Chef Civi, Timmy, you guys are wonderful. You guys are wonderful about this. I can't tell you how hard it is for you to do this, but it was definitely an eye opener for me. Guys, if it was an eye opener for you in the chat, feel free to type it in the chat. Say one, it was an eye opener. Is there anything else you would suggest, Sibi, to anybody out there that may not have a will or how to approach this situation in the future?
Get it done because you think to yourself that, no, it's not going to happen to me. I'm going to live to be 125.
I think that's
No,
usually how people think. You're right.
thank
It's
you,
not.
Timmy.
It's
I got
not.
more
It's not going to happen
coffee.
to. Okay, hold on. You got your coffee. I got to get my drink. This is
Yeah.
a constant thing we got to do. Blessings,
Okay.
Timmy.
That was funny. Give me your coffee cup. Okay. All right. I'll have to get up from my chair. All right.
Sweet.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeeves. Anyway,
Rebounding Michelle, big of yourself as well.
so anyway, yeah, don't put your family through this. If you love your family, don't do it. If you don't love your family so much, do it. Especially if your kids have been especially disappointing. But here's one thing: is if they have drug or alcohol abuse issues, put it in a trust. Have
Yes,
somebody
because
else responsible for it. If you
yes,
feel that you can't trust your children to take care of your final wishes to the letter, have somebody else do it. Have a third party do it.
that's great
Um,
advice. That's
they
great
will
advice.
pay themselves out of the
Yeah, out of
estate.
whatever. Yeah, out of the estate.
Yeah, they'll pay. Nobody, your family's not going to have to pay for anything.
Yeah.
Actually skip a generation and give it to your grandchildren, um, which I don't recommend.
Okay. I think I hear Gary driving outside. YouTube police. You're frozen a bit. Your screen is frozen, by the way. Yeah. 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 It's only a certain amount a month or whatever. Yeah. Okay. I understand. That's pretty cool. Yeah. 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 Don't just give it to them, right? When they have to know the value. They have to know the value of hard work and money and what it takes to get it.
Yeah, because that's what I did with my kids is that I put it into a bank accounts with their names on it, but they were allowed to withdraw a certain amount, and that's it.
Okay.
Out so much they could not exceed a certain amount per year, and so I left it at that. And they pretty much behaved with it as much as they could. But I told them
Yeah.
once when it's gone, that's it. No more. That's it. You will never get any more money out of me ever. Because I thought about, what would I do if I died? Who would I leave my estate to? And it's to the other two kids actually, because those two kids are already taken care of. They've already been
Yeah.
taken care of while I was alive. In death, I'll take care of the other two, which are Tim's kids. Um, but at the same time, I also told them that here's how this is going to work, though, is that you guys are going to stand out in front of the house. Each one of
Yep.
you, from oldest to youngest, is
Yep.
going to go into the house, pick one item from the house, and if the other three argue over something that you've chosen, then it gets pulled away, set aside. It's going to be sold, and it's going to be just divided up among all four of you equally.
Nice.
So that way, one peep, and that's it. You don't get it. Um,
Amazing.
so
Wow, I
that's
can't believe
how
you've
I've
been up
done
here
it.
for this long with me telling this
I know,
story.
right?
No, no, there's nothing wrong with this. I just can't believe that this is so deep and there's still more. Like it's actually you're not over this still. I can tell, and I know you wanted to say it is, but the emotional damage and the trust that you put into these people, and to just wipe it off your slate like it never happened is very difficult. Do you ever
I
wake up and say, "Damn, damn, why
well,
did I put myself through this?"
that, and it's like these family members. It's like
Yes,
what the hell's wrong with these people? And it makes me, even the ones that are, especially the ones that are my blood relation. I'm
yes,
like, I can't believe that we are of the same family lineage. What is
it
wrong with you
hurts. It
people?
hurts
Are
your
you people?
feelings.
Yeah.
Is that neighbor again? Guys, look behind her. What do you see? That you guys see anything? You
No,
guys see
there's
anything?
two crows getting jiggy over on my neighbor's lawn.
Two jiggy crows.
A horny
Oh my
crow.
god,
No, I'm not joking, man. There's like,
that's
why am I
footage, by the way.
watching that? Okay,
You know
so
why? That's content, Civi. That's content.
some of the things I see out here, out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if you've ever seen, where we live, but we live out in
I'll be
shadows
at your
of
channel
mountain
soon.
here.
I'll be at your channel soon now that
Same here.
I hear all types of food talk and special cooking. So I want to see what the female Windstone looks like. Nice property. Nice looks.
Yeah, so this is that's a hill. That's all mines. It's coal mine,
Okay.
one of the coal mine hills, and um yeah, so we actually live on a creek. I can't walk around the property and be able to keep Wi-Fi because my Wi-Fi connection is crap if we go out past a certain area. So, um, but there's some video of the creek when it was flooding, when we had the flood back.
All right, so we're
Back
definitely
in
gonna
December.
check out some of your video, guys, and we know now that you need the watch hours. We'll do our best to get something going, so at least we generate from this side as well to help you out.
I'd really
Okay,
appreciate that.
Chef
I'm so
Civi,
close, but not so far away.
we're gonna work
So
with it, and we're gonna join the team of your team, whoever's doing it for you, and we're gonna help out the best we can too. Okay, Chef Civi, thank you for coming up. I can only run for 2 hours because my wife is gonna be home shortly, and when
yeah,
she
not
comes
a
home,
problem.
she starts taking money and screaming at me. I don't want you guys to I don't want you guys to be a witness. I might get a punch in the face. You know, she might grab me and choke me and pull me to the side. So I don't want to be embarrassed.
Blink
I'm just
twice if
joking. I'm just
you're.
joking. I'm just joking, by the way.
Yeah,
But you know what? Talking about this insurance thing, I'm probably better off dead to her than alive.
yeah, yeah. Just yeah. It's
Thank you very
ridiculous.
much, man. I really appreciate you. This was not an easy topic. I got to dig deeper and find out what other topics I can have. If somebody wanted to continue this topic next week Friday, you guys just put it in the chat. We can do this again with somebody else if they're willing to come up. This could not have been easy for you, but I do appreciate the time that you took to be up here.
Well, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
No worries at all. No worries at all. And Timmy, big up yourself. Guys, we are going to head out of here. We're going to take a raid. Please stick and stay because the next place we're going, you guys are going to have a lot of fun with this lady. Her name is Miss TT Mix Vlogs. She is a very funny lady and she is very straightforward and she speaks her mind, okay? So if you guys want to see somebody that speaks their mind and knows how to talk to people and yet be sarcastic and savage at the same time, that's where we're going to go. So prepare for a smile. Shivi, I see the smile on your face, okay? Do not leave, okay? Timmy, I know
I'm not
you're around
leaving.
there somewhere. Get your eggs ready as we're about to take flight. All I need you guys to do is type Ninja Raid in the chat, all one word. Ninja Raid. Ninja Raid. Put your hands up like this, Shivi. Ninja Raid.
Ninja Raid.
Ninja Raid. Okay. And then we're going to head over there and see how she's doing. But I appreciate you guys. I'll try to work out on some other stuff. Like I said, I'm not monetized anymore, so I can't have the members' meetings only. So I had to compromise. So what I'm going to do is try to find some topics of interest that people are willing to come up and talk about. Okay. All right, guys. Take care, Sibi. Take care, Timmy. And guys, let's head over to TT Mix Vlogs. If it doesn't send you there automatically, something will pop up at the top. Just press go now, and it should bring you there. Let's go light up her live, guys. Put all types of love hearts, all types of stuff when you get over there, okay? All right. Take care,
See you
guys.
later, guys.